channel. Let me switch off the S. Yeah. Hi, welcome to OXY channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about e-learning. In the future videos, also I'm going to talk about the e-learning. I have created separate playlist for the e-learning concepts, so where you know where you can learn about the careers, and where you if you are already working in the e-learning field, how you can grow in the uh, the specific areas and become eventually improving your positions. Which means your career options. So let's say I'm going to give an introduction to the e-learning in this video, which will give you a complete idea who don't know anything about e-learning. Let's say if a guy has if he's working as a graphic designer, probably he don't know anything about e-learning. So some companies might approach you because you just know some designing tools or something like that. So at the time, what you need to improve yourself to get into that e-learning company. So yeah, basically it's quite simple, as you already know the basic, the important thing that you have to know, which is softwares and the technology. So e-learning is basically an idea. If you need to understand how e-learning works. That's it. So let me give you an introduction of this video, and let me off these glasses. I know that too much, but yeah, I just want to show off something. Yeah, let me start. Okay, I'm going to decrease the size of the webcam. I can't. I think I can. Anyway, here we go. Yeah. So let's talk about e-learning before getting into e-learning. So you should know probably what is e-learning. So you already know. I mean, yeah, I'm just confusing it, but yeah. E-learning is a concept where we can learn everything through online. Like a student can learn, can register to a website and log into that, and he can go through the units, and he can read the units, and he can submit the assignments. He can interact with the professor using charting system. So probably this is mostly we call this as a e-learning. Basically, it's a virtual classroom. We can call it as a virtual classroom. So basically, for this kind of things, there are different things that you need to understand under e-learning. Okay, I come back with a Google, so I can search for e-learning. Let me search what is e-learning first of all in Google. You can do this. You can also do this. This is you will understand what is e-learning. If I go to e-learning, my first page would be Wikipedia, of course. Unfortunately, beautiful. Okay, SBI is coming first. That's interesting. SAP is second, and Wikipedia is third. So yeah, e-learning is a beautiful concept and very popular keyword. So basically, e-learning means, as I told you, like as I've given an example, that people can interact with the application, and then students can interact with the application, and they learn stuff through online. So when it comes to career, students are accessing these portals and all the interactive elements or any content. These content or interactive elements can be created by e-learning uh, developers, e-learning producers. So that's where our career goes into picture. As you can see here, educational technology includes numerous types of media that deliver text, audio, image, animation, streaming video, and includes technology applications process such as audio, video, tape, satellite, TV. So there are different various of learning. Let me give you an idea, a basic idea. So e-learning, let's say some people will create videos, and these are standard videos. Create standard videos and write it to CD, sell them. So some people may create a PDF, we call it as a e-books. We have a huge online ebook store which is Amazon. You can find in Amazon, Amazon Kindle, I guess. Yeah, Amazon Kindle. You can find a lot of ebooks. So all those ebooks are computerized and typed into a document and put it as. That is also a part of e-learning only. So because now we are putting it to computer and people can read it, but that is not exactly e-learning happening right now in the current world. But yeah, it will comes under e-learning. A platform where students can log in with their email IDs, whatever, whether it is Gmail or Yahoo or their company personal emails. So it depends. So all these can be anyone can register into this platform. What is this platform? We call it as a LMS. We can call it as a LMS, and which means Learning Management System. So this is a beautiful concept. Luckily, we have a lot of open source applications. So if you are planning to start a training company, online training company or something, you can simply depend on open source. You don't need to worry about bringing on some web developers and pay them a lot of money, so which is not required as a startup. So if you are serious about what you are teaching, all you need is a laptop, maybe a desktop with a webcam and the mic, and you can create your own uh, online system. I'll get into the deep later on videos, but in this video I'm just give you an introduction. So maybe let me give you an examples for learning management systems, which is Moodle. Moodle is a open source and beautiful application. Yeah, I want to write it. It's a beautiful application. So it's free, completely free. You can simply download it, install it. If you're not technical, don't worry. You can get some help from technical and get it done with a very low cost. And you know your site will be live, so people can register, students can register and log into your course and attend the complete their course. I'll discuss about the features later on. Like this, we have a eFront. This is also open source. A beautiful and an excellent. I say, like, I can't imagine the features. This is really awesome. Not open source. It's an awesome LMS. This is not open source. We need to buy it. So yeah, this is beautiful. I worked very old version before, but latest version is really awesome. I just gone through um, the videos and the features. It's really good. I'll talk about it later. So like this, we have a number of, these are three examples which I have given, but there are hundreds of open source e-learning platforms, which means you can access them freely. You can download them if you have a hosting, install it in your website, and then get it done. I think I have installed something, eFront, eLearningHome.com. So I have one website called eLearningHome.com. I was just doing some practice with this eFront to understand the LMS, how the structure works and how it goes. I have installed here. I tried to create a course, but I don't have a time. I couldn't do it completely. But anyway, so the concept here is simple. This is an e-learning platform. This is open source. I took only 3 hours to set up, and probably I spent some 8 hours to do some changes in CSS or something like that. Done. I have a brand new my own online learning management system. So I can upload the content to it, and students can register. I can restrict the students. You know, if they can pay only, they can log into my course or something like that. But currently, no restrictions are there. Of course, no course content is also there. So I mean, it's just a testing version. So yeah, this is one example. Like that, we have a. I guess I have installed Moodle also. Let me check learningonline.com. Um, Nope. Yeah, sorry. That's fine. This is called learning management system. So what is learning management system? You understand, like, we can do so and so stuff, but we have a, how can we create content, course content? Right, that's the biggest problem. Like I cannot recruit a number of developers and get it done for each and every course. It's not possible for me. So yeah, for that we have a beautiful concept called authoring tools. So these tools uh, will save a lot of our time to create the tutorials, which means, like, let's say if I want to create a slideshow, maybe next if I want to do some slideshow where I can display read the content, and they can simply click on the next and they can go to next step or something like that. If I want to build it in HTML, I need to depend on developer. But there are free open source authoring tools where you can simply copy paste the content and select a template, and it will generate a course for you, and you can use it in it will generate a HTML code, or it will generate a different format called SCOM. Using this you can simply import it into the LMS. So maybe SCOM, I'll talk about this after authoring tools, which is really important for the learning management systems. I'll tell you what is the use of SCOM also, but anyway, first let's talk about the authoring tools. I don't remember currently authoring tools. I worked on one authoring tool called LearnExact, and another is Articulate, and the last one Axure. Maybe, yeah, Axure is a wireframe, and I didn't remember the one which I worked. It's been a long time I worked, but these, don't worry, I mean, these are not a big tools. You can simply learn within a span of 1 week or something. It's very easy. These are not open source. These are paid tools, but as you can see, you can Google it. Um, open open source authoring tools. Beautiful. Rapid authoring tool. So you will find a number of authoring tools, free and open source. Yeah, there's afrontlearning.net. E-learning industry, which I have been registered to. It's good actually. Uh, I'm not recommending anything here, but you can go through the internet and register to subscribe to multiple websites. You can get latest information about the e-learning. Here, see, Zycle.org, what to learn. These are the authoring tools. Most of them are open source. 90% of them are open source. You can simply install and try it out. Maybe I'll try one by one in videos. I can show you, but let me stop this here, because I'm just giving an introduction. This is an introduction video. It's getting too dragged, but anyway, information is very important. So SCOM. What is SCOM? SCOM is a package kind of thing where it will pack everything, and you can simply import it to the LMS. Let's say I have built a complete course with maybe 20 units, a subject called physics. So unfortunately, I'm upgrading my LMS learning management system from Moodle to maybe Blackboard or maybe eFront. So now, if I want to do this in the Blackboard, like I have done already 20 units in the Moodle, but if I want to do 20 units for Blackboard, so the same effort I have to put again. So to avoid this kind of effort, you have a SCOM, a beautiful concept SCOM. So when you create any material, always try to use it as export it as a SCOM. You can easily import it to another LMS, because this SCOM is support to all kind of LMSs, learning management systems. Even if someone created custom learning management system also, they'll definitely include this SCOM option technology into their LMS, because which is very useful and mandatory. I mean, it has become literally a mandatory kind of thing. So uh, this SCOM package consists like some iManifest file, where it will track down all the files in that zip and give understand. So with this manifest file, any LMS can understand what exactly this SCOM package consists, where I need to copy these files in its learning management system. So SCOM is a beautiful concept. We'll do a separate video for a SCOM. So where you almost know about what is learning management system, what is authoring tools, and what is COM. So these are the main concept for the any learning management systems. So if you are into maybe if you are working in a companies, you might not aware of these things. Maybe you might know only authoring tools. You don't know maybe LMS because you are not into that. But it's good to know for every stage how it happens. So we for let me talk about the careers of an e-learning. So how, okay, you have given me learning management system. Yeah, I have explained you the LMS and authoring tools, SCOM, and there are a lot of other concepts. Whatever the other than authoring tools, some people might create custom courses. So at the time, what I can do, I mean, what are the softwares they'll use? So mostly they'll use like Adobe Flash, Adobe Photoshop. Yeah, Flash is dead. People say Flash is dead, but most of the companies still using Flash. Uh, Adobe Photoshop, maybe Flash. I think some people are still using ActionScript. Why we use this to build an interactive applications. If you wanna get some interactive applications, you will get no, you need to know ActionScript in 2.0 and 3.0. He started learning from 1.0, of course. So yeah, I don't need to worry about that action script right now, because since the it's almost closing, like sunset kind of thing for the Flash. So not to worry. Adobe Photoshop, Camtasia Studio. These are not open source. You have to buy them. Maybe company will buy them, and you will work on these tools. As a student, if you want, you can install some trial version and practice and try to get Camtasia Studio. For Photoshop, why we use Photoshop? Create graphics. So this is where you might wonder. I know Photoshop, but I don't know anything about e-learning. Yeah, that's what I'm going to explain in this. You may need to follow my videos one by one, because I might not cover everything in a single video. So you need to see all my videos. I'm not forcing you to see my videos, but I don't want to put everything in one video. Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustration, Illustrator, and we have Adobe InDesign, a beautiful software for printing. So most people already know these softwares, but they don't know about e-learning. So how it can be related to e-learning? Let's say if I want to create a character, I'll take a help from Adobe Illustrator. Some people very much comfortable within Flash to create characters, animating characters. So that's the reason they still Flash is it's not completely gone, because this is a beautiful platform for us to design some animation characters. So if I want to create a scenario talking about the stations, station master, and something like maybe a passenger who is asking for some information about the train, coming train or something. If you want to show that, I cannot simply write I want to show it in a graphical representation. At the time, I might need these softwares to create that impact, real impactness by visualizing it. So that's where these softwares come into picture. If you're not an artist, don't worry, then you might need to learn little bit about artistic skills. And don't worry, still not an artist, you still want to work in e-learning. Yes, that's not only the option. I just given a single example. Let's say if I want to create a big banner for my course, for any course of physics, I need a Photoshop who can do pretty good with the Photoshop, and just give me let's say I'm talking about maybe fabric wires or something like that, optical fibers or something like that. If in networking, if I'm talking about optical fibers, I might need some optical fibers to show it, and to show arrow marks and to write something. At that time, I need Photoshop to do all those mm, things. So yeah, you will get to know pretty much in further videos how exactly you are related to. You can become you can enter into e-learning profession. the field, if you know Photoshop and Illustrator, Flash. Yeah, the HTML5 and JavaScript has become most prominent because we can build an interactive applications without depending on third party called Adobe Flash, which is very good. You can create a beautiful interactive applications using HTML5 and JavaScript, but most people are, of course, JavaScript is quite difficult to write. If I want to create a small animation, I might need to write a number of lines. But that's the reason we have a different frameworks helping us to minimize the scripting, which is jQuery. I don't remember AngularJS, Node.js. There are a lot of white backbone JS. So how can I relate to this? Yeah, trust me, the future is going to be HTML and JavaScript because every company, e-learning company, is changing their interactive applications from Flash to the HTML5 and JavaScript. Because previously every e-learning company was depending on ActionScript Flash to create interactive applications. So yes, so it's pretty good. Right now everyone is moving to HTML5 and JavaScript, so you are going to have a beautiful career option in the e-learning. So authoring tools also very good in e-learning. Usually SMEs. So what is SME? This is called a subject matter expert who is going to create a course, the entire course structure, the curriculum of the course. So this is the guy who is going to create a curriculum of a specific subject. SME means it's not like some guy who knows English and come and just read some books. It's not like that. So it is basically it depends on the company. Some companies do so like that, but you always need uh, but they do with the support of lecturers, professors. So my suggestion is SME with teaching profession makes a strong profile. Companies would love to see these kind of profiles because SME will create a course curriculum in their own language, but the teacher might professor might have a different thoughts in presenting it. Of course, after SME creating the course curriculum, the professor will see it and he will finalize it, of course. But still, I would love to see who has both skills, SME and teaching profession. It's really a beautiful combination for any e-learning company. So anyway, yeah, SME, subject matter expert, who is going to take care of entire course curriculum and how the course should be inside, what are the contents it should be, and the professor will tell to SME, hey, I want this should be here, this should be here, I want to teach this in this concept specifically, this going to be important. So SME will take all the inputs and create a beautiful course curriculum with her, the grammar without having any grammatical mistakes or something like that. So she'll do proofreading also. So some companies might uh, use different resources for proofreading. So that is subject matter expert. He'll take care of all the. Some companies might do proofreading for different resorts. They'll put some different resource for proof editing or something. Now, actually, there is one more thing called ID, instructional designer. Actually, this is a very interesting profile in e-learning. Instructional designer is basically he is going to decide how the content is going to display, how the content is going to display. Basically, which means interactions. So he'll create a storyboard. He or she, whoever it is, storyboard. How how it's going to be, how the course is going to be. The Let's say if you are creating an interactive applications, if I click this button, this content should display, something like that. All this can be created. They'll create in a Word document or any other tools they'll use. They provide a proper a storyboard for the designers. So which means once they create a storyboard, they'll tell, hey, this image comes here, this image should come here, this do something here, something like that. So they will give every detailed explanation in that storyboard. So here maybe the people who knows instructional designer can become a user experience designer. This is very interesting profile and related to user experience. I know maybe it's quite unique. I mean, no one, uh, maybe, yeah, maybe some people thought of that. Some people may not agree, but in my opinion, an instructional designer can become a good user experience designer. An user experience designer can become a good instructional designer. All they need to know is the strategy, the platform, and they need to understand the area. If the instructional designer is going back to web, the user experience for the websites or front end, then they need to understand how the website works, and how the portability, the portability, I mean responsiveness, everything, how responsive works and everything. So the few concepts they should know. If they know that concepts, they can make a good, they can become good, the user experience designer. If user experience designer comes here, all he needs to understand is, he's already become expert in user experience, so he'll definitely build a beautiful the storyboard for the student. So, but he need to understand the learning environment and the possibilities, timelines, and everything. So he just needs to adjust to the environment. Other than that, I think instructional designer can become a user experience guy, and user experience designer can become an instructional designer. So user experience is a huge concept. I'm not telling that any instructional designer can become a full-fledged user experience, because they need to. In user experience, we have a different concepts like the personas, the user research. All these might not come in instructional designer uh, in depth. So yes, it will be there in ID profile, but it's not being in depth. But anyway, I think it's if you because since we have very less competition, I mean very less jobs in ID, maybe they can move to user experience, and who has a passion with the e-learning maybe can come to instructional designer and do a better job, if they are not thinking about maybe the packages and everything. So once the instructional designer done with the storyboard and everything, GD, I don't know, there is a different name for this guy, ICT, Interactive Computer Interface, ICT, I guess, yeah, people call it as ICT. Uh, yeah, I don't think it's ICT. Let's not make it, I'll say GD, graphic designer. So, graphic designer. This is the guy who is going to design graphics as per the storyboard. So instructional designer create a storyboard. If I want one banner, instructional designer will create a document. What aspects should be there in that banner? So graphic designer will read that aspects and search for images. Sometimes ID itself will provide images, so this graphic designer will use those images. Sometimes graphic designer might need to search for beautiful icons, some other interactivity arrows or something like that. He need to build it and give it to animator. If it is an interactive application, if it is an animation required, they'll give it to animator. So this is where the complication goes. So mostly graphic designer also knows animation in Flash. So they don't give another profile, they don't waste their money for giving a different roles for a for small things. So that's the reason e-learning companies will always look for people who knows many softwares and many technologies. So yeah, nowadays UI, who knows HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, jQuery. So user interface. This guy is going to uh, create an interactive applications. If right now they are not using a Flash, so definitely they need a guy who knows UI. So they'll definitely look for who knows ZD plus UI plus authoring tools. Yeah, it's quite difficult to get this combination, which means a guy who knows graphic designing tools can easily learn authoring tools, and at the same time he should know user interface, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So some companies, small, if you go to startup companies, small companies, they will look at all these things in a single guy. So which is not, it's not like possible, it's not impossible. Yeah, there are people who knows most of them, but they might look for this GD plus authoring tools and UI. So if you think you're good at designing and you can do authoring tools, you can learn these two. You can become graphic designer and learn authoring tools to showcase your profile and to extend your the credibility in the market. UI, basically it's always there, you will never lose market for UI. And some people might think, I don't want to design anything, I don't want to do anything, I just want to know authoring tools. If I learn only authoring tools, will I get a job? Yes, you definitely get a job. But the thing is, it will take some time. You cannot expect it in uh, you know, short time period. But uh, my suggestion is, along with authoring tools, maybe try to learn wireframing and uh, understand with the great communication skills. So you can make a partial user experience designer. Some companies might still look into it, so it's good. Yeah, so this is what e-learning, how you can improve your roles in e-learning industry. So these are the few examples. I mean, this is very less information that I have provided regarding e-learning, because this is what I know, but there are more things that in the market that we need to learn and understand. Eventually, I'm going to create a few more videos, of course, by after on my research. Like I've been doing research on e-learning since a very long time, so maybe I can share a few ideas and few concepts in the existing market. And I'm not going to share my research, of course, but I'm going to give you, because it's why I'm not sharing my research is it's still under construction. I mean, still under process. So I'm trying to build a beautiful platform for the uh, almost any kind of people. But anyway, that's not the concept here. I'm going to give you current trends of e-learning, everything, by creating videos, and I can showcase, I can give you example websites where you need to learn about e-learning, and you can become more passionate. So my suggestion is, when you're coming into e-learning industry, please be passionate. Don't just come here for the money, because you don't get that money when you compare with other industry like user interface or I don't know. Usually you will get a good package for this profile, and maybe for this you need a lot of experience. It depends on you. You cannot get it in a small companies. In a bigger companies, they might take you as a creative lead or something like that. So it depends. You need to change yourself, you need to update yourself, then only your profile will improve, then only your salaries will increase. Otherwise, it will never. You might stick with doing by repetitive work, and maybe after 6 7 years, if you're working in the same thing, at the end of the day, they might kick you out of the company, and you end up with some stupid repetitive work. And when if you're trying to search for the job in the market with this work, you might not find similar work. So my suggestion is, please be upgrade yourself and try to change your course, the profile which is related to current existing profile, which I'm saying, like maybe instructional designer can move to user experience if they put some effort on it. So something like that. So you might need to change, switch the roles related to that. Okay, thanks guys. I think that's it in this video. Uh, I'm going to create more videos on e-learning to understand, to make you to understand the concepts of e-learning and how can you improve your skills and which area you have to go, so and so. And maybe I'll give an introduction to the LMS and its options. Not maybe, yeah, definitely I'm going to create a videos on each and every individual open source LMS, because I can get it, because I cannot buy and train you and show you in the video, and open source authoring tools. Okay, thanks guys. Have a great day and have a beautiful day. Goodbye. One second. I wanna say goodbye. My glasses. Goodbye guys. Welcome to UX channel again. I'm saying please do subscribe. Don't forget. Thanks a lot.